Now, I believe everyone here is in for a treat with all the programs that we have planned out for this webinar. So without further ado, I would like to invite our very first guest speaker for today, and she'll be talking to us about the current and future trend of kindergartens in Hong Kong. So Miss Cookie Ng, she is the advisor for the Hong Kong Typo and North District Early Childhood Education Principal Association. And with her years of experience, I am sure that she will be able to provide a lot of valuable insights on the Hong Kong's preschools trend. So please help me to welcome in the chat box, Miss Cookie Ng.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Principal Cookie from Kam Tsin Village, Tung School. Yes, and then in the PowerPoint, I hope that you will enjoy because you can see my school environment. Okay. Yes. Today, I'm very grateful to share with you all the topic is current and future trend of kindergartens in Hong Kong. There is an increasing demand from the public and the field to improve the quality of early childhood education in Hong Kong. As we know, the education blueprint positions early childhood education as the foundation for lifelong learning and all-round development. Early childhood education aims to provide children with all-round and balanced learning experiences according to their physical and psychological development needs, to help children cultivate an interest in learning and good living habits, as well as to learn to respect others. In Hong Kong, inspectors from EDB would visit kindergartens from time to time and give advice to principals and teachers on curriculum, teaching approaches, and school administration. The present situation of kindergartens in Hong Kong. I think that a major strategic kindergarten education reform is to improve their education environment, which including academic structure and mission requirements, mode of funding, and assessment rules. In Hong Kong, kindergartens vary a lot in their scale of operation, and the number of classrooms can range from 2 to over 10. Most of them, however, can create a stimulating learning environment that caters for children's life experience and interests by setting up different activity centers. For instance, there may be reading corner, rest corner, nature corner, art and grass corner, music corner, home corner, etc. These activity centers are all well equipped with teaching aids to facilitate self-learning. Another reform is setting up a new primary one admission system. In the past, parents expected pre-primary education institution to teach elementary academic knowledge so that their children had a greater chance of entering a popular primary school. Nowadays, it has put in place a new primary one admission system that cancels the principal's discretionary scores and greatly alleviates the distortion created in pre-primary education. As the primary principal for me, I just take a simple interview for the kids. I just want to know them and say about how to help them when the baby is studying in our school, in Tung School. Yes. Now, talking about the curriculum. Nowadays, I think that the curriculum of the kindergarten education focused on the knowledge and skills in everyday life that offers kindergarten students more diversified learning experience and greater space for their development. For example, the teacher will simulate a shopping situation in class with the children acting as the buyer and the seller. From this exercise, children could learn the concepts of courtesy, numeracy, currency, and other living skills. Also, to provide kindergarten students with a better learning environment, it has taken steps to improve the teacher-to-student ratio of kindergartens. In the past, the ratio of 1 to 20 or even 1 to 30, up to now, all the kindergartens are required to attend the teacher-student ratio at 1 to 15 or lower. I totally agree that this improvement did contribute to quality education because teachers could understand more clearly and the diversity of individuals, and they had more opportunity to care for the student individually. Moreover, interaction among students as peers, as well as between students and teachers, is very important at the pre-primary stage. In a small class, the teachers has more time to understand what the students are saying and allow the student to interact with each other, which further enhances learning and teaching. Yes. On the other hand, to provide more opportunities for children to receive the early childhood education, the government has the financial assistance schemes that provide assistance to non-profit making kindergartens and 8 child care centers, as well as the financial assistance schemes for their respective parents. Now, I'm going to talk about a milestone in kindergarten education in Hong Kong. I strongly believe understanding and respecting the unique developmental patterns of every child in response to the changing location education environment and to align with the curriculum reform, I would like to highlight the core value of child-centered learning, whereby teachers should adopt teaching approaches based on their understanding of kids' development and learning characteristics. Parents should also enrich their understanding of kindergarten curriculum so that they know better how to cooperate with the school in assisting their children's learning and growth. In Hong Kong, there are some support measures to equip teachers with the appropriate knowledge and skills in the curriculum, leadership, and planning to help them improve the quality of kindergarten education. On the future trend of kindergartens in Hong Kong, I think that the associated challenges are then I will discuss in some areas such as quality assurance, curriculum, professional development, parental involvement, and financial assistance for the early childhood education sector. To encourage kindergartens to conduct self-evaluation continuously, EDB has enhanced quality assurance framework starting from the 2018 to 19 school year. The public and kindergartens may refer to the set of performance indicators in assessing in the quality and standard of kindergartens. A new cycle of quality review has started in the same school year to further promote the development of quality kindergarten education of Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, all new appointed kindergarten teachers are required to possess a qualified kindergarten teacher qualification as well. I did a research, and this always shows that the kindergarten teachers have been progressing from having a personal career to being a teaching professional in Hong Kong. Personal career means that in the past, a kindergarten teacher put considerable emphasis on showing care and concern for children, while today the professionalism of teachers is equally important. Professional kindergarten teachers have more professional knowledge on teaching their kids. For example, they consider that children who are too young should not be required to write and will explain this to their parents, etc. Yes, in Hong Kong, we have the primary education voucher scheme, direct fee subsidy to parents, and in parallel, financial support to teachers' professional upgrading have been provided. Yes. In light of the changes in society and the needs of children, enhancing the kindergarten curriculum is necessary in future. Yes, we see the Kindergarten Education Curriculum Guide 2017. It shows that the kindergarten education curriculum covers 5 developmental objects, and the 5 objects are to be achieved through 6 learning areas. Now, I especially because we don't have so much time, so now I especially mention 3 points. Integrated approach. First, some kindergarten child care centers have joined the integrated program to provide intensive training and care to mildly disabled children aged 3 to 6. Through the program, the children will be better prepared for the mainstream education in the future. Yes, and the second is also important, is parental involvement. Parents' involvement in kindergarten education and schooling is also important, because some experts indicate that parents are active in school through volunteer activities in the classroom, helping with homework and attending school-based events, and in parent-teacher communication. On the other hand, parents are involved at home in their children's learning through active support and involvement in children's homework, reading to and with children, and discussion about school and learning. Actually, parents' involvement is naturally to benefit the children's education outcomes and future success. Although I think it's not easy since Hong Kong parents are very, very busy. And this part, I think this point is, I think that is the most important, is learning through play. The changes of teaching and learning of kindergartens in Hong Kong, in the future trend of teachers will be more focused on students' engagement and learning through play. For example, teachers will give the children an instruction, let the children pass on the instruction from one child to another, from one child to another, and finally echo the instruction. This type of activity is an example for learning through play, which teachers could use to develop children's listening and communication skills, foster creativity, and enhance their balanced development. I believe that learning and teaching through play is more effective than traditional classroom instruction. Finally, I just want to voice out that what kind of experiences best support young children's learning. In the last several years, I've learned a great deal about how children learn and develop, and the research shows that play is a key way that children discover, build, and reinforce knowledge about their world. Play can be through or free play, guided play, in games. So you can see, or art play, and or involved learning. Thank you. And if you have time, welcome to visit our school. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, Miss Cookie, for such an insightful sharing. You know, I personally learn a lot by listening to what's happening in kindergartens at a global scale, and I believe that our attendees as well, you know, they have the opportunity to listen to what's happening right now in Hong Kong, and thank you really for that sharing.